Carlos, on that play where Lindor got backpicked in the sixth, would you want to see him handle that differently, or did you like it because he broke up the chance of a double play there?
That's the right play right there. Because if he stays there, they turn a double play. So now you got 2 outs running up there. Like in that situation on a hard ground ball, you want to stay away from the double play, and that's what he did. You know, he kept the inning alive, first and second, 1 out, as opposed to running up there 2 out if he stays put. So that's the right play.
What were the emotions in that inning, just having some momentum there, and then obviously the inning-ending double play right afterwards?
I mean, you hope to get a rally going there. You got a couple of guys on, which right now we're having a hard time creating traffic, and you finally get guys in scoring position with nobody out. You feel that's a good opportunity there, and then, you know, they put us on the ground. So that's all to it.
Steve?
Mendy, what's the status of Holmes right now?
I was actually just talking to him. He doesn't seem too concerned. He just got to a weird position on a ball that got hit to second base before that a bat that he came out. He's saying that he got to a weird position and he felt a little tight there. But the more testing that they're doing there, the better that he feels. So we just got to wait and see how he wakes up tomorrow and see what we got. But as of right now, he doesn't seem too concerned.
So no plans as of now for imaging? Or
No,
anything like that?
no. Now again, let's see overnight how he wakes up tomorrow, and then. But they putting him through a series of tests right now, and he continues to check the boxes there.
One more thing, I know that Max had just asked about the play at third base with Lindor. Earlier in the game, right before the A's scored their first run, there was a double play that looked like he just, I don't know if it was his footwork, didn't get much on the ball. What did you see from that vantage point?
He didn't get behind the baseball there. It looked like he got flat-footed, and you know, as a shortstop, you want to create some momentum, right? But he got there early. He's playing up the middle. It's a hard ground ball, and then he kind of got stuck there with the footwork.
Tony?
Sounds like it's at least in the realm of possibility that Holmes won't even miss a start.
Talking to him and talking to the trainers, as of right now, that's the hope. That's what we're hoping. But again, we got to give him 24 hours. Basically, what happens overnight and the way he shows up tomorrow.
He was obviously pitching well before the injury. I mean, just how valuable has he been to this staff the first couple weeks of the season?
Super valuable. Showing the ability to go deep in games. He was pitch efficient. He was, you know, that 6th inning there, putting guys in the ground. The sinker. I don't think he found secondary pitches like the sweeper, the curveball tool, like the 4th inning or so. So he was basically doing it with the sinker. And he continues to get ground balls. But, man, like what he's been able to do is pretty impressive.
You know, you guys have faced a couple good pitchers here this week, but what are you seeing with the offense right now?
A couple of guys going through it. You know, and when you got few guys that are having a hard time, you know, we're not creating traffic. You know, at the beginning of the year, we were putting guys on, and the runners is scoring position topic. But right now, we just quick innings, and we're not creating enough traffic. We're not getting enough guys on base. We just got to continue to work with them.
What can you do, you know, early in the season like this when you don't really want to overreact too much to a few bad games?
Continue to work, stay consistent, which they are. They're doing it. Yeah, the last thing you want is panic. You got too many good hitters there that are going through it right now. So,
Mark?
One more on Clay. Did you notice something was off with him, or did he signal to you, or how?
well, the pitch before the base hit, something didn't look right. So I kind of, you know, some of us within the coaching staff, we called the trainer just to keep eye. And sure enough, as soon as he delivered that pitch on the single, we knew something was going on, and that's when we went.
The back.
Joaquín Torres en español. Sabemos que hay problemas con el tema de Soto, con el tema de Polanco que no están disponibles, pero ¿qué hacer para que el line-up sea más potente? Porque parece que no se están produciendo las suficientes juego ofensivo.
Sí, no, tenemos bateadores bastante buenos que ahora mismo pues están en un slump, como bien dice. No es solamente que no tenemos a un Polanco o a un Soto, es que bueno, tenemos bateadores que ahora mismo pues se está haciendo un poco difícil para ellos, pero seguimos confiando, seguimos apoyándolos, trabajando con ellos. Son tremendos bateadores y yo sé que vamos a salir de esto.
Como manager, ¿cuál es el siguiente paso para levantar? Porque ahorita estamos even, ¿no? ¿Cómo hacer para que este inicio de campaña cambie totalmente?
Seguir siendo consistente, seguir trabajando, seguir empujándolos, apoyándolos, mantenerte bastante positivo. Es lo que uno como manager, como líder, los coaches, pues tenemos que seguir pues buscando la manera de seguir apoyando a los muchachos y sacarlos del slump.
Tim?
Yeah, with the offense, you're just seeing guys leave their approach a little bit at this point.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Not doing damage on pitches in the strike zone, guys being passive, guys are getting ahead of us, and then we're chasing, and then we're hitting the ball in the ground. We're creating traffic. The few guys that we getting on base, we're just putting the ball in the ground.
Last one in the back.
Carlos, en la alta de la novena, Mayer recibió 3 imparables en forma consecutiva por la banda izquierda. ¿No se tardó mucho para sacar a Mayer?
No, lo que pasa es que en la situación como estás con el bullpen, ya tú estás abajo en esa situación por 2. Tienes a un Brooks Raley, tienes a Devin Williams, ya ahí tú no quieres usar tus relevistas que son de high leverage, ¿verdad? A mí me gustaba cómo Tobaya estaba lanzando la bola. En esa situación consideré que él era el lanzador que necesitaba estar.
Y la próxima pregunta, Juan Soto, ¿cómo está la condición del día a día?
Sí, mejorando poco a poco. Hoy batió otra vez en la jaula de bateo, lanzó. Todavía no está haciendo nada en lo que a corrido se refiere, pero está mejorando.
Clay, what exactly happened with the hamstring? What did you feel?
To lead off the inning, I think there was that chopper there, and I think probably was just kind of in a weird spot there, and thought I was going to have to make a move on the ball, and felt a little tight afterwards, and I think there was just kind of a weird feeling, and maybe there was some unsureness about, kind of what was going on, and I think just made the smart decision to not make it worse, but, hopefully we're in a good spot. It doesn't seem, too major, and we'll kind of see how it is tomorrow and go from there, but I think it's nothing major here, and hopefully we can get it right here in a couple of days.
You say nothing major. I mean, what is your level of optimism, I guess, that this won't be something that you have to go on the IL with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty optimistic with it. I feel like I'll be able to make my next start, but until we kind of wake up tomorrow and see where we're at tomorrow, we don't really know. So can't rule anything out, but I feel pretty good about it right now. That I can still keep throwing. I didn't do it on a throw. I didn't really feel it, tighten up on a throw. So I think it would be good. But we'll have to see.
After that play, I think you sailed the next pitch. Were you kind of feeling it on that one?
I think it was more so, I was like, man, I wish there was a couple pitches just to kind of fill it out here. So you're kind of, I was like, I don't want to, make something that's kind of a non-issue, an issue, and kind of had that going through your mind, and you're also trying to make a pitch at the same time and get a hitter out. So I think it was just more so the kind of the uncommitment, more so than the hamstring actually, limiting me, and trying to make a pitch there, and just couldn't make a good enough one.
How did you feel about your performance until that point?
Yeah, I thought the sinker was good. I was getting guys on the ground with it. When I was putting the pressure on them, I was able to get some ground balls, some early outs. There's a couple times just I kind of got myself in trouble by getting behind in counts and having to be perfect with a sinker, either challenging with a sinker, and they were able to put some good swings on it. But for the most part, I feel like I was able to get the ball on the ground when I needed to, and the defense was making some good plays.
Francisco, overall, what do you make of the offensive struggles recently?
See a lot of guys having quality at bats, just the ball not falling for them. I got to get better. At the beginning of the year, I was doing a really good job of controlling the strike zone. Now I'm expanding a little bit. So, along with the hitting coaches, have been working a lot on like trying to get back to that and just control the strike zone and do a better job of getting the barrel to the baseball and get innings going. And when there's people in base, just try to bring them to the plate.
Obviously, there are always ebbs and flows, but why do you think you were doing such a good job controlling the zone and taking all those walks early on and have gotten away from it?
Baseball. People are making the right pitches, and I have expanded, so we just got to get better, and I will be better for sure.
What's your read on what happened there when you got caught at third base?
Well, we definitely wanted to stay out of a double play in that situation. I could have done a better job of holding on to a rundown, try to get the guys to second and third. And if I didn't do that, maybe make them throw the ball to second base and then go to the plate. So it's definitely there's room room there for me to get better. We stayed out of double play, so that was the one positive. On the other hand, I could have done a better job of trying to get the guys to second and third.
When the offense is having struggles, how much of it is waiting it out and how much is working through and changing things?
Guys are working through a lot of things. This is not we're sitting back and trying to wait things out, you know. Yeah, we understand baseball, there's ups and downs. There's a bunch of professional guys here, but everyone's coming in early and doing their job and going outside. As you guys can probably see it every single day. Guys are outside hitting, doing the job, and we're just trying to get better. You know, just hats off to Oakland. Today they play better than us. The game, Clay pitched a really good game, and Tobias and Lovely, they pitch well. You know, we don't score runs, it's hard to win. So, and today was a double play that made it 1-0. That's what it comes down to, executing. Kai Correa and Team Leaper, they work as hard as they can day in and day out, and I didn't turn the double play, so the game could have finished 1-0 right there, and just got to get better.
Without Soto, do you think guys on offense are trying to do too much?
I mean, Soto is irreplaceable. He's one of the best hitters in the game, but guys understand that we got to get it done. You know, we're all professionals, and we have to get it done. That's what it comes down to, you know.
Francisco, you talk about not turning that double play. It looked like you didn't get as much on the throw as usual. Was that just a footwork issue there?
I could have attacked the ball a little bit more. Just I threw without stepping into the baseball. We work on those stuff every single day, so got to turn double play, and the games will be 0-0 then, and it would have been a whole different ball game.